Welcome to a little bit of Common Crazy. Today I'm excited to share with you $5 patriotic DIYs that are super easy, and I'm using my Cricut to add those perfect finishing touches. If you are new, my name is Jennifer and I love sharing easy DIYs and budget decor. I want to thank Cricut for sponsoring today's video, and let's go ahead and jump right on into today's projects. For this project, we're making a super simple wreath. So I have a wire wreath form and some burlap. I also have some metal flowers that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now they say, welcome and God bless America, but I'm just gonna be removing that part because I'm only using the metal flowers. Once I have the flowers off, I just set those aside, and now I'm just gonna cover the wire wreath form with the burlap. I just wrap it all the way around and then secure that with some hot glue. After that, again, I go in with the hot glue and I secure the flowers onto the wreath. Now this is where the fun begins. I have cut USA using my Cricut maker. In order to do that, I'm so grateful that Cricut sent that over to me, so now I can play with it. You know, I am not new to the Cricut family, but the Cricut maker is like Cricut's bigger sister. She is fantastic. She can cut over 300 different materials, and I am so excited to be playing with her. Here I am using the strong cold vinyl because I wanted to make sure that I used something that could withstand my Texas elements if I chose to put this wreath outside. Also, I have links in the description box for you because I have sized everything for these projects if you want to be able to make them yourself. Such an easy, fun, and festive wreath that will only take a few minutes to put it together. So if you've been around, you know my love of like garland and banners, and I cannot go like a season or a holiday without making one. So when I saw these like pendant garland shapes at Dollar Tree, I knew I had to grab them to create a banner, a garland, whatever you call them. I love them and I knew I needed it. So first I went ahead and cut the twine that came on them. And after that, I used my Cricut maker and I cut out the word blessed because I wanted this to be something that I could use throughout the year and not just for the summertime. So after I got the word cut, I went ahead and applied it to my corrugated metal. Now I will tell you, when you're applying it to the corrugated metal, you do want to start at the top of the word and kind of work your way down so that you don't get bubbling. Don't worry about your transfer paper. Just get your lettering on there and then you won't have any bubbling. Once I did that, I did take my twine and I threaded it through and I ended up with a very cute little banner. But I wanted it to say, bless the USA for the summertime. So I went in with Cricut's True Brush paper. Now this is like thicker than a cardstock. Well, actually it is a cardstock. It's just a really thick cardstock that has like a very metallic look to it. It is beautiful. I chose like the navy color. Thought it was perfect. I just hot glued the letters onto a piece of twine, and now I have Bless the USA. In that awkward period between summer and fall, I plan to switch it to Bless Our Home. I absolutely love this. I am so excited to have it hanging on my mantle. So here I have a tank top. I also got this for just $1, and I'm creating a fun little graphic tee for my daughter for the 4th of July. But I hate when shirts are just worn for one day, so I wanted to make it something that she could wear all summer long. So for the tank top, I'm using Cricut's iron-on vinyl. Now remember, with iron-on, you want to put the shiny side down when you go to cut it. You also want to make sure that anytime that you are doing an iron-on, that you flip the image before you cut it as well. So the tank top that I got is actually an adult small, and I needed to fit an 11-year-old girl, and I wanted to jazz it up and make it a little bit more fun anyway. So I cut out the little hem that was on the sleeve, and I'm just gonna knot the sleeves. And I also went ahead and I did a little slit up the front of it to knot it. Now you can knot it easily at like 5 inches, but again, this is for an 11-year-old. So I went ahead and I cut up 8 inches and tied a knot. And as you can see at the end, it is still completely covering her and completely modest. To apply the iron-on, I'm using my Cricut Easy Press 2. Between the Cricut Maker and the Easy Press 2, I am seriously like in heaven. I love like graphic tees. I love my family to match when we go on vacation. And now I can make my shirts ourselves, or our shirts myself. I don't have to go out and buy them or pay someone else to make them. And if you pay someone to make you family shirts, they're like $25 each. And now I can do it for just a few dollars. I am so ecstatic. The Cricut Maker is absolutely an investment, but over time, with all the things that it can do, it can seriously save you so much money. Am I the only one that thinks that peeling back for that final project is like so satisfying? I always love this step. Besides the fact that I think my model is absolutely adorable, I really do think that this tank top came out super cute. And don't forget, the Born to Be Free is linked down below if you want to create this t-shirt for yourself. I was able to find these fat quarters for just $1, and immediately I knew that I wanted to create a pillow out of them. I absolutely love throw pillows. I think they are so perfect to add just a little pop of color and decor for the different holidays and seasons. So take your fabric and you're gonna put the right sides together, and then you can either sew, use a fabric hot glue, whatever is your personal preference. I'm going in with a fabric hot glue for mine, and you're gonna take it all the way around your fabric, leaving just a little gap so that you can turn your pillow the right side out. Once you have it like that, now you're ready to add your iron-on. So here I'm going ahead and preheating my fabric just for 5 seconds. After that, I add my United States iron-on to my fabric. I go in for 30 seconds because that's what the Cricut instructions tell me. I flip my fabric, I do another 15 seconds, and then I let it completely cool. After that, this is the fun part, I get to peel and completely reveal my United States. Isn't this just the cutest pillow? I absolutely love this. So simple, and between the fabric and the iron-on is just over a couple of dollars. You cannot beat that. Once the iron-on is on the pillow, then go ahead and stuff your pillow with your polyfill and close your pillow off, again with sewing or your hot glue, fabric glue, whichever one you went with in the beginning. And then your pillow is done. I don't even know if I've told you yet, but the Cricut Maker actually can cut fabric. I like to make quilts, and I am so excited to try doing applique and having the Cricut Maker cut my fabric for me to do that. How fun will that be? For this project, I have 2 of these tags that I picked up at Dollar Tree. To start off with, I'm removing the silver stars. I'm just using a paint scraper to get under there in order to pop those right off. After that, I went in with a 220 grit sandpaper and I sanded the front of the sign to smooth it out and get some of that glitter off because I wanted the sign to be nice and smooth in order to add some butcher paper to the front of the sign. Now the front of the sign is going to actually be the back of the sign, and the back of the sign will be the front of the sign, but I wanted both sides to look nice. I don't like when my backs look kind of yucky. It's just a thing. You can leave it if you want to, but I like them to look finished. So after I had that done, I just went in with a spray adhesive and applied the butcher paper to the front of the sign, which is now the back of the sign. Once both of my fronts were covered with the butcher paper, I painted both backs with Waverly's chalk paint and white, and I gave them a good coat of that. After I had that done, I did go in with my Cricut Maker and I cut out the word stars and stripes. But before I could apply them, I had a little bit of work to do. I'm using the word stripes in order to know where I need to draw my lines because I'm going to be adding stripes onto this tag. So I'm drawing 2 lines that will go parallel to the word stripes. After that, I use painter's tape in order to mark out where I want to leave the white and to help guide me where I want to paint the blue. So I'm going to be using Waverly's chalk paint in Ocean for my blue. It's a really beautiful blue. At first, I did not put painter's tape down where I had my original lines, and I was going a little bit slow and being a little bit sloppy, so I did go back in and add painter's tape there, and that did help a lot. Now, what I haven't told you as I'm doing this about the Cricut Maker is that not only does it cut, but it can also like score, deboss, engrave on metal, and it can actually do like perforated lines and like little wavy lines because it has like different attachments and different blades that it can work with. So seriously, this thing can do so many things. It's not just a cutter. I am also painting 5 of the stars that I removed from the front of the tags in that same blue. It did take about 3 coats to get the coverage that I wanted. I normally work on my iPad when I'm working in Cricut Design Space, but you can also do it like on your desktop, your laptop, your phone. Cricut has made it so easy that you can do it anywhere. Once the paint had completely dried, now I could add my vinyl. I loved having the contrast of stripes going up and down and the lines themselves going horizontally across. I think that's just so much fun. And then on the stars, having just the stars. I love this red, white, and blue thing. If you are in another country, of course, stars and stripes would not work for you, but I would love to know, what would you put on your tags instead? Before adding my blue stars or my rope, I wanted to go ahead and hot glue the tags together in place so that they were lined up exactly the way that I wanted them. So to hang the tags, I took some rope and I tied a knot on the front side of the rope. Now the knot is a little bit smaller and can actually still slip through those holes, and so in order to prevent that, I did take a little bit of hot glue right underneath the knot and between that and the tag in order to keep the knot in place. And then I used some hot glue in order to add the blue stars onto the stars tag. And voila, it is done, and it looks so cute hanging on my front door. I absolutely love this, and I like the alternative of having this instead of like a traditional wreath. I'd like to thank Cricut so much for sponsoring today's video. Here's a couple more videos that I think you would enjoy as well. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.